Flames devour the skyline, yet my duty remains. The prince hacks through onions, blades glittering, and the kitchen erupts in a storm of steel. He storms into a decrepit tavern, his gaze locking onto a tiny pot stamped Chinese letter. A ragtag crew, shovels in hand, huddles around pilfered potatoes. He knows the village starves. He must reclaim the loot. The thieves feel his glare and clutch the tubers tighter. The prince storms forward, demanding the stolen potatoes. A jittery thief stammers, never mind. A composed woman steps into the light, eyes razor sharp and intones, "What a strange soul. It must sting, yet no tears." She references the ancient onion legend that fuels the village's hope. The woman shouts, "Oh, should I help you step?" A villager erupts. "She's crazy. I'm crazy. So what? Oh, done you dare come back here, you wretch." Chaos erupts. Thieves scramble for potatoes. The prince seizes the moment. "Oh, should I help you step?" The prince readies to claim the remaining bounty. The prince snatches the final handful of potatoes, hurling them toward the starving crowd. Thieves retreat empty-handed. Villagers roar, finally fed. The prince's resolve steals for the treasure hunt ahead. The prince hoists the last clutch of potatoes, thrusting them into trembling hands. Villagers scramble, clutching hot tubers. Ragtag thieves flee, dropping a shovel and rope in their haste. Scene flood with a packed street, villagers' faces tight, some clutching makeshift tools, shovels, ropes, while others stare at the restaurant doors. The mass creates choking pressure, a storm ready to break. A voice finally asks why everyone's gathered. Bella steps forward, eyes wide, shouting, "Why are so many people outside the restaurant?" The question cuts through murmurs, pulling attention to the swelling crowd. It highlights how the siege has become the town's focal point.
Why are so many people outside the restaurant?
A sudden shout erupts from the prince. The prince yells, "Fight!" As fists clash near the doorway, Bella instantly cries, "Wait!" trying to halt the melee. The gaunt man, revealing himself as Bidge, gestures toward the kitchen. He promises a meal, saying he found potatoes on his way. He claims he no longer needs food, only something else, hinting at the hidden treasure.
"Come to our restaurant. I'll give you a meal. I found some potatoes on my way here, you know. I don't need food. What I need is..."
The prince confronts a mysterious gaunt man, Bidge, whose offer of potatoes masks a whispered promise of hidden treasure, all while a towering bear silhouette looms ominously behind the tables. Bella watches the starving villagers clutch hope to a sack of spuds. The prince feels famine's crushing weight, and Bidge's tempting promise threatens to shatter fragile trust. A torn scrap emerges from beneath the table, its cryptic markings flashing warning, as the bear silhouette inches forward, leaving the prince and villagers teetering on the brink of disaster.
Your support means more than you know. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and be part of something real.
We barely escaped the blast, and another menace rose. He cannot shed a tear. The realm withers while war's shadows linger. A cursed magician stone presses hard against his chest, whispering that his tears will be sealed forever. Prince Young feels the curse clamp his heart, stealing his ability to cry. He swears the loss will forge a monster for his kingdom. Throwing emotion aside, he storms the front lines, vowing to shield area at any cost. Blood-soaked fields roar around him, and the war's toll will soon lay the kingdom in ruin. 6 relentless years of fighting end with Area's defeat. The battlefield empties as soldiers drop one by one, their cries fading into silence. A recessed scene lights up, showing a series of glowing glyphs. Noah reads,
"Beside it glows the Chinese character. Seidel interprets it as 100. He mutters the combination is dot. Together they align the stones to match the numbers. The mechanisms click, and the massive slab begins to grind. This matters because the lock finally yields, granting access to the hidden chamber."
The grinding stone reveals a dark opening leading deeper underground, the air thick with ancient dust. A low hum fills the tunnel as the stone fully retracts. Noah whispers, "Ada Tilda."
Data.
Anna pulls out a crumpled document, explains it was meant for a special form, but was scribbled on leftover paper. She says the items listed are loaned indefinitely, with repayment promised after the war. The contract is legally binding despite its sloppy appearance. This reveals the village's debt that fuels their desperation. The prince then questions why the strange onion behaves oddly, his curiosity sharpening. Prince Seong leans forward, asks, "Why is the onion giving this?" The diners stare, confused. One mutters, "Huh." In surprise, their reaction shows the onion's power is still a mystery, understanding it could change the village's fortunes. Prince Seong finally declares that there is no need to repay the debt right now, arguing the village can survive without the promised payment. He steps back, leaving the artifact on the table. This matters because abandoning the repayment could anger the creditor and risk future retaliation. The consequences of refusing the debt will surface as tensions rise, the village's future hanging in the balance. Anna stares at the strange onion artifact on the table. She tells Prince Seong the village doesn't need it and urges him to just eat and leave. She adds that he looks like someone who can't repay a debt. Prince Seong pushes back, insisting he isn't asking for a favor.
The onion artifact erupts, golden layers shimmering as a blue vortex spirals above the table, threatening to swallow the room. Prince Seong's fury burns, his pride and village's salvation hanging on his willingness to surrender the priceless onion, while Anna's icy resolve masks a hidden agenda. The vortex deepens, pulling unseen forces toward the artifact, leaving Prince Seong and Anna staring at a looming catastrophe that could shatter their fragile bargain.
Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari right now. The next recap is closer than you think.
The gunfire dies down, but my focus stays razor-sharp. Anna forces strangers into the war-scarred village while the prince pretends the onions don't matter. Her heart beats louder than any armor. She's unusually compassionate. After the clash, dozens of wounded roam the barren fields, abandoned and desperate. Anna has never crossed paths with them, yet their shadows linger over her homestead, daring her to open her doors. Then she spots a ragged convoy of limping soldiers shuffling toward the gate. Anna welcomes the battered arrivals with steaming broth and warm bread. She dishes out nourishment, then assigns them to the fields, stables, and kitchen. The soldiers grab axes, haul firewood, mend broken fences, turning chaos into order.
Dip marches up to Anna, brows knotted, accusation blazing. "I heard you rescued another beggar," he snarls, rattling the workers. Anna lifts a steady hand, replying, "It's only been a day or two. How can I turn my back?"
"I heard you picked up a beggar again."
It's only been a day or two. I can't ignore them.
A trembling child then whispers, fearing for the farm's safety. A small figure steps forward, eyes wide, voice trembling. "Anna, is it safe here?" The child whispers, glancing at the scarred soldiers and endless fields. The question hangs heavy, a reminder of the lingering danger that shadows the settlement. Bertram steps forward, clears his throat, and forces a greeting. He declares, "I'm the seamstress's son. Owe Mr. Hans a debt, so I'm here peeling onions." He admits he isn't close with Anna, but hopes his labor will repay his obligation. His shaky introduction tests the villagers' willingness to accept another stranger.
"Hello, I'm Bertram, son of the seamstress paying Mr. Hans' debt. I peel onions for Anna. I don't know her well."
Anna now decides whether to assign him to the kitchen line. A curious villager leans in, eyes fixed on the newcomer. "Bertram?" he repeats, recalling the name. He also notes the frequent mention of dit among the settlement's folk.
Anna explains that dried dishes stick, making washing hard. Bertram steps forward, declares he'll clean everything, eager to prove his worth. His promise gives Anna a reliable helper, but also raises expectations that he can handle all chores. The village watches his commitment, waiting to see if he can keep up.
It's hard to wash dishes if they dry.
"I will clean."
Soon, a sudden shout demands Bertram show his identification. Villagers crowd around the kitchen table, eyes fixed on Bertram's massive hands. Fear whispers that his strength could shatter delicate dishes. One man mutters, "Those hands are big enough to break everything." Despite the fear, Anna nods, urging them to trust him. Bertram tears through a mountain of onions, a single tear streaking his cheek, then boldly vows to lick the plate clean and scrub every dish, shocking Anna and the skeptical villagers with his fierce determination. Anna watches a fragile hope blossom as Bertram's eager service offers her a steadfast helper, even as he risks unveiling his scarred past, fearing that his wounds might betray vulnerability. A quiet villager whispers doubt, questioning whether Bertram's scars truly stem from war, and the crowd's skepticism hangs heavy over the kitchen, leaving the truth of his past and his pledge to safeguard the village unresolved.
I spend hours crafting these recaps so you can enjoy them in minutes. If you appreciate that, subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
The blast knocked the wind out of me, yet the target still lingered. The village's only tavern must feed an entire battalion, but its new cook smashes potatoes with colossal hands. Bertram arrives, his oversized gloves clanging on the timber floor. He eyes the endless rows of wooden tables set for soldiers. Anna watches, uncertain if his clumsy frame can survive the kitchen's frantic rush. Whispers ripple among the staff about his mysterious past that nobody dares to ask. Bertram still battles the stubborn potatoes, each bite a test of his raw strength. Anna storms into the prep area, voice sharp as a knife. Bertram sniffs the bubbling broth, grimacing at the sharp onion scent. He mutters that villagers will eat anything if it's free, even dirt soup. He shoves a spoonful toward Anna, urging her to taste it so they can serve the soldiers soon. The harsh flavor tests their resolve. If they can't swallow it, the troops will starve.
Just eat it already. They'll eat dirt soup for free.
Their next task is to get the potatoes cooked before the troops march in. Anna repeats her question about Enos, adding that the workers must finish digging the earth tomorrow if they are done today. Bertram nods, realizing the missing tool hampers both the kitchen and the burial effort. Bertram glances at the simmering pot, then at the exhausted villagers. He nods, acknowledging the urgency, and mutters a short affirmation. The villagers understand his agreement and speed up the prep, keeping the meal schedule on track. The next moment, Anna probes Bertram about his war wounds. Anna steps closer to the kitchen fire, eyes narrowed, and asks Bertram directly if he ever suffered a head injury during the war. Her question forces Bertram to confront his hidden past, which could explain his stiff demeanor. The answer may reveal why he hides emotions. "Mr. Bertram, did you ever hurt your head during the war?" Bertram's reply hints at a deeper secret. The villagers note Bertram's quick apologies, but his timing feels off. He reads the present poorly, missing cues of urgency. Meanwhile, the crowd readily accepts his explanations, eager to finish the task. The rush to peel and cook potatoes intensifies as night approaches. Their cooperation hangs on Bertram's next move. The fire flickers, casting shadows on their weary faces. A sudden shout may force the village to speed up the prep. The villagers stare at Bertram as he moves through the kitchen. Their eyes linger on his broad shoulders, his measured steps, his formal speech. They whisper that he does not belong among them. The contrast makes them uneasy. Anna counts peeled potatoes, calling out each number as she hands the next batch to a helper. Bertram steps forward, greeting the cooks with a brisk hello. The exchange keeps the line moving, but limited tools still slow the process. Each counted potato brings them closer to feeding the battalion. Hello! The next batch may finally meet the soldiers' demand. A weathered wooden sign above the stove catches Anna's eye. The characters read, Chinese letter Kid Ari Studio, a faded reference to the prince's secret kitchen. The crew realizes the kitchen once belonged to royalty. This revelation could rally the villagers around a hidden heir. The sign hints that Aaron's legacy lives in this humble kitchen.
A cloaked stranger bursts into the firelit kitchen, forcing Bertram to confront his hidden noble lineage as the faded Kid Ari Studio sign reveals the room once served the prince. Anna feels her trust shatter under her mother's wrath and the crew's suspicion, realizing that choosing a stranger could cost her safety, reputation, and the fragile peace of the village kitchen. The mystery stranger's true purpose looms, leaving Bertram's allegiance, the prince's secret kitchen, and Anna's future hanging on a knife edge as the flames flicker with unanswered questions.
The author is building a masterpiece. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari to appreciate it fully.
Sirens shrieked as I smashed through the vault door, the echo ringing over the market. My father's debts cling to me like a shadow, and the sole collector is a hulking onion beast. Behind a weather-worn stall, Carla bows, cheeks flushed. She mutters an apology for her child's botched stew, admits her own cooking skills have faded, and thanks the patient townsfolk for their tolerance. The crowd leans in, whispering about the modest family hidden among the bustling stalls. This glimpse reveals Anna's mother and the silent weight of legacy.
Please enjoy. My child's cooking is rough. I haven't shown my skills in ages. Thank you for your kindness.
The troll snarls, "Not what I meant," after Anna protests. Its voice cracks, recalling a shared wartime feast. "Even we can't forget the meal we had on the battlefield." It mutters, eyes glinting. The memory ties the onion debt to a battle where the prince's heart shattered. The creditor's claim sharpens, pressing Anna to settle old scores. The debate shifts, probing how women might react to the troll's intimidation. The troll taunts, "How frightening would it be for women if you act like this in a shop?" Two merchants shrug, replying, "Neither of them scare me." Their bravado hints the troll's bluster may crumble. Anna watches, noting the crowd's split loyalties could decide the debt's fate. Anna slams the onion troll's ledger, sending clouds of onion-scented steam curling through the stalls. Carla shouts, townsfolk scramble, and the troll snarls about a war-era debt inked with the fallen prince's father's seal. Amid the clamor, a shy merchant's lingering gaze meets Anna's, promising danger and devotion. She bites back, accepting the cursed obligation. The onion troll roars, "Payment is due now. Just wait." The market stalls echo with his outburst. Anna ducks, clutching her bag tighter. Carla hovers over a pouch of coins, indecision flickering in her eyes. A nearby vendor raises his hand, pleading for calm. The troll's layered skin ripples, a fresh scar glinting under the sun.
Laughter erupts as Anna jokes about dating someone amid the chaos, trying to lighten the mood. Carla laughs too, momentarily easing the tension. Their giggles mask the looming danger, but give a brief respite. The humor shows their bond can survive even in crisis, vital for future cooperation.
Haha, dating.
Haha, that's funny.
Yet the onion troll's demand still looms over the market. Anna turns to Carla, asking why she sees her as a girl who picks up and cares for a dangerous man. Anna protests that the man isn't her type and is too big. Carla replies that the only feeling she got when she first saw him was pity.
Anna strides into the bustling market, confronting the towering onion troll as it demands the full payment. The parchment's glowing heart glyph flashes, revealing that the prince's shattered heart is the price. Anna feels the troll's claim crush her hopes, yet her defiant promise to speak now and cry later ignites fierce determination, risking her mother's love for a chance to rescue the prince. Now the onion troll looms, demanding payment she cannot afford, while the shimmering heart glyph hints at a deeper curse. Anna must choose surrendering her soul or confronting an enemy before darkness engulfs the market.
You know it's good when you forget what time it is. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.
The blast dies down and the hunt starts. I must steal the village's livestock before dawn to clear a crushing debt. The prince rides to the ragged outskirts, eyes a lone cook by the fire, and asks, "Are you Mr. Bertram?" The cook nods, his memory flickering to the name Essen. The moment pins his target and sparks the heist. "Are you Mr. Bertram?"
Yes, I remember Essen.
Yet the granary remains locked, and a clever entry is still required. The prince edges toward the crackling fire, eyes steady. The cook forces a nervous chuckle, confessing the village walls every stranger. Recent raids have hardened their hearts. Prince bows slightly, honoring their fear. Prince confronts the cook, demanding shelter and a meal. He argues, even a prince can be reasonable. The cook grumbles, then nods. Food is the lifeline for the prince's next gamble. Securing a bite fuels the upcoming strike. The cook tosses a dense biscuit into Prince's hand, then points toward a hill speckled with mushrooms. Mushrooms pair well with this, he grins. A farmer chimes in. Rest there tonight, meet me at sunrise. The biscuit and fungi become their makeshift feast and a waypoint.
Take this biscuit. Eat it with the hill mushrooms.
You can rest there tonight. Ha, okay. See you tomorrow.
Prince eyes a mushroom cluster on the slope. Are these safe? He asks. A villager lifts a hand, demanding explanation. The query reverberates within the tight kitchen. Prince scans the bleak horizon, pinpointing the flare's origin. With supplies thin, any threat could shatter their barter scheme. Bill shifts uneasily. Allen clenches his bowl tighter. The glow swells, a fire igniting on the ridge. A flickering blaze climbs the mountain side. Bill squints, muttering, "Travelers don't light fires this early." He suspects a bandit signal. Prince's pulse quickens. They must move before the raiders converge. Their breaths fog the frigid air.
Mountains at this hour.
A dark shape edges closer, confirming hostile presence. A hushed voice wonders if the blaze belongs to another party. The cook states bluntly, "I feel no emotions," cementing his icy composure. Prince reflects on his father's association with such a detached figure, fueling suspicion of the kingdom's secret machinations. This introspection steels his resolve to expose the conspiracy.
I don't feel emotions.
How did my father end up with someone like this? Prince's doubts now drive him toward the looming haunted ruin. Prince and the cook huddle by the fire, pot repaired. A villager tallies the grain owed, noting, "You don't look like one to drown in debt." The ledger reads 6,000 units. The crushing debt pressures them to secure food fast. Their next step hinges on finding shelter before night deepens. A sharp clatter rings as a loose board crashes, jolting the group. Allen yells. As they scramble, Bill darts into the gloom, shouting, "Anna, are you okay?" His tone dripping sarcasm. Their frantic search heightens tension, forcing them to face the ruin's hidden perils.
Anna? Are you alright? PFF. Dot.
Someone's missing, and night presses in. Prince spots a haggard figure by the fire, Anna spoon clenched. He shouts, "What did you add to the soup?" Anger and curiosity collide. Anna stutters mute as the broth simmers ominously. The hidden ingredient may alter the stew's power over the starving crowd. "Anna, what did you add?" The secret ingredient could change their fate.
Prince hammers a spoon into the bubbling onion broth, roaring, "Tell me the hidden ingredient, Anna." The ruined walls groan, echoing his fury. Adam's rage cloaks his dread of betrayal, while Anna's trembling confession threatens the fragile trust holding the group together after the heated clash. A distant voice cries Arya from the shadowed corner, promising an unseen ally. Yet the ruin's cursed legend looms, leaving the survivors unsure if the shelter offers salvation or doom.
There's history here that most people skip. Don't be most people. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.
The wreckage echoed, and the countdown was already screaming. The prince hunts wolves, but his real enemy is a deserter hiding with Anna. Anna bursts out laughing, then apologizes loudly, claiming a quick apology fixes everything. Dieter watches, eyebrows raised, unsure how to respond. Their brief exchange shows the group's uneasy mood right before danger arrives.
I'm really sorry. Ha ha ha.
Excuse me for that.
The wolves' howls grow louder as they close in. Dieter frowns at Anna's sudden silence, then asks a sharp question. Anna stumbles, then blurts out a surprising skill claim. She insists she can handle laundry even in a crisis. Dieter dashes toward the distant trees, shouting for the others to follow. Anna spots a massive bear-like beast lunging at the rear of the group. The creature snatches a young scout and disappears into the shadows. Panic erupts as the survivors chase the beast, their footsteps echoing through the underbrush. The chase intensifies. Stay subbed to Manwa with Hari or you'll miss the climax. The bear beast retreats toward the tailor shop. The pursuit leads them to a narrow tailor's shop lit by flickering lanterns. A well-dressed stranger steps out, his shirt tailored to perfection, catching their attention. He smiles, indicating he knows the hidden noble class beyond the frontier. Anna tries to break the tension with a nervous laugh. She forces a sound, LGH, but it comes out shaky. Dieter watches, his brow furrowing. The laugh falls flat and the group feels the pressure of the chase. The failed joke shows their morale is slipping, which could affect their coordination.
LGH.
The wolf pack could appear any moment. Dieter frowns at Anna's broken laugh and asks for clarification. He mutters, while glancing at her. Anna shakes her head, indicating she meant a laugh, not a question. The miscommunication adds confusion to the already chaotic chase. It matters because any split-second error could let the beast escape. Dieter snarls, his voice low, "Ugh, that wretch. Do you think Anna will like your son?" He points at the stranger, accusing him of scheming. The tension spikes as accusations fly, threatening to split the group. Their unity matters because the beast still roams and a fight could distract them.
Ugh, that wretch. Do you think Anna will like your son?
The stranger finally speaks, revealing his true purpose. Anna hears a faint voice echoing through the dim corridor. Her ears itch from the sound, and she tenses, trying to locate the source. Dieter turns his head, squints, and mutters a short complaint.
The stranger in the glossy shirt pulls back his cuff, revealing a silver phoenix emblem that glints, and the group's eyes lock onto a cryptic Kid Ari Studio sign, exposing a hidden faction's presence. Anna feels her trust wobble as Dieter's accusation sharpens, while she clings to the hope that the shop's shelter shields them, risking the mission's momentum for a fragile alliance. A shadow looms behind the back wall, and the silver phoenix's glow hints at an unseen adversary, leaving the group staring at an uncharted threat that could shatter their fragile footing.
This is where the real fans gather. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and find your people. The explosion rips through the square, dust clouds swirling like ghosts. From the shattered stone steps a towering bear, crown glinting on its brow, fur singed by the blast. The cursed prince-turned beast stalks forward, eyes burning for the kiss that could shatter his torment. Anna gasps, clutching her necklace as the chief raises a hand, bellowing for order. All eyes lock on the massive creature, unsure whether it is savior or threat. The chief immediately commands the bear to aid the village against the wolf pack. A villager points a trembling finger at the bear, his sarcasm cracking the tense air. Anna jolts awake, breath ragged, the bizarre dream of kissing a bear still vivid. She mutters about the absurdity of the vision, fingers still tingling from the imagined kiss. The odd dream fuels her doubt about the curse-breaking myth that has haunted the village for generations.
What kind of dream was that? About me wanting to kiss a bear first.
Her confusion sets the stage for a hard-won truth about Bertram's true nature. Anna blinks, trying to piece together the fading images of the dream. She whispers, "Bear? Bertram?" As the vision dissolves, realizing the massive creature could indeed be the cursed prince. Ely steps closer to the bear and asks, "Is he having nightmares because of the war?" He studies Bertram's trembling form, trying to read the creature's mental state. The bear growls softly, indicating distress but not aggression. The villagers listen, realizing the curse may be tied to war trauma. Understanding this cause could help lift the curse. Anna watches, wondering if a kiss could calm his tormented mind. Meanwhile, the chief prepares to summon the wolves. Anna murmurs, "The war makes him suffer so much. I want to help him." She watches Bertram's eyes flicker with pain, feeling his anguish. The chief grunts, and falls silent. Anna's resolve strengthens. She believes affection might break the curse.
The bear growls softly, noting that someone's face looks odd. Anna turns to her mother, asking what's happening after a wolf descended on the village yesterday. The question raises alarm about the recent wolf incursion and forces the villagers to consider the bear's role in defending them. The scene ends with the village bracing for another attack. The village chief rounds up the young men in the square. He declares he will borrow Bertram for the wolf hunt, treating the bear like a tool. He insists it's fine, even more dependable than his own daughter. The men exchange uneasy glances, realizing they must obey the chief's orders. Chief shouts the bear's name as Bertram lifts his massive head toward the forest edge, sniffs the wind, and crushes pine needles with a deliberate step, signaling a looming confrontation with the unseen wolves. Anna's panic erupts as she misreads the two-y'all warning, demanding she shield the villagers, while the chief's cold calculation treats the bear as a mere tool, jeopardizing his own daughter's safety for a perilous hunt. Bertram's massive paw hovers over the dark line where wolves silhouette, his breath fogging the air, leaving the village breathless as the next move teeters between salvation and a savage ambush.
The lore runs deeper than you think. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari to uncover all of it.
The raid collapsed, but the timer ticks on. Prince Song Jun sprints to a starving farm, onions clenched tight. He knows the villagers crave food, not swords. He darts past weary soldiers, eyes locked on the gaunt crowd. His sudden appearance ignites a spark of hope. The onion drop will push the farm's defenses to the limit. Prince Song Jun trudges the dusty road under a sinking sun. Villagers line the path, stare glued to his every step. Small hands yank at his sleeves, pleading for a bite. He thrusts the onions into a burly farmhand's grasp. The man bows with a wary nod. Granary doors groan wide, hungry for the loot.
Miss Carla leans over Anna, inspecting the wound. She asks, "Anna, I need to know, am I cute?" Anna blinks, then giggles. "Miss Carla, am I cute?" The odd question lightens the grim mood, but the bleeding worsens. The villagers hold their breath, praying the healer can staunch the flow.
Miss Carla, I want to ask something. Am I cute?
The doctor's arrival could save Anna, but the wolf still prowls. The village doctor appears, skillfully stitching Anna's ankle. Villagers step back, eyes wide as the healer works. A sudden howl shatters the night, echoing from the forest. The wounded wolf still lurks. Everyone tenses, bracing for another strike while the stitches hold. A villager steps forward, demanding the top priority for moving an injured person. "What matters most now?" he asks. Another, confident, answers, "Stabilize the wound first." The group debates lifting Anna versus keeping her still while the wolf's wound bleeds nearby. Their argument delays rescue, risking Anna's condition. The debate will force someone to choose between safety and speed. An older man mutters about the 6-year war, recalling endless battles. He praises the soldiers' endurance, then urges the younger folk to loosen up and smile. He admits his own head was shattered in combat, leaving him unable to laugh or cry. His weary words pause the argument as others contemplate the cost of conflict.
A muffled cry erupts as someone shouts about the tailor shop, accusing another of informing their mother. The shout spreads confusion, pulling focus from the wolfskin mission. The argument escalates, risking delay in securing the hide before nightfall. Bertram steps forward, pointing at Anna. He snarls, "If you back off right now, I'll tell Mrs. Collin." He tries to force the other villager aside. Anna watches the wolf corpse and cries, "That wolf's front paw." The crowd freezes, eyes on the mangled paw. The threat and discovery raise the stakes. Anyone blocking the rescue risks exposure, and the wolf's strange paw could change the village's plans.
"If you back off right now, I'll tell Mrs."
Anna claws at the stretcher, shouting, "What the? No! Put me down!" She fears the weight will shatter her injured ankle. Bertram grips the rope, warning, "Your ankle was hurt when the wolf attacked. If we drop you now, it will break." The group realizes they cannot move her without endangering her leg further.
Put me down.
Miss Carla darts away to fetch a doctor, but time is running short. Anna gasps, clutching her bleeding ankle as the wolf's fang-gouged wound oozes dark sap. Miss Carla darts through the frantic crowd, shouting for a doctor while villagers clash over who should lift her. Anna clings to the makeshift stretcher, blood-soaked ankle threatening to shatter under the weight. Villagers wrestle over who should lift her, while the massive wolf's dark sap wound spreads infection, darkening the ground. The frantic scramble amplifies the stakes, as every second could seal her fate. Anna teeters on the brink. Her leg may be lost, and the villagers' confidence in their defenses wavers. Fear of a grave-digging wolf fuels panic, forcing Anna to prove her bravery beyond any man's. The village holds its breath, awaiting a miracle. The wolf's infection spreads unseen, seeping into the night. The village patrol remains idle, while a whispering villager hints at a glowing, mineral-tainted paw that could reveal a nocturnal predator still stalking the outskirts. The looming threat hangs heavy over the silent fields.
Understanding the world makes the fights hit harder. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Explosions still roar, and I alone clutch the code. The chief's cider feast erupts, turning the hall into a battlefield of jeers while I watch. He hoists his mug, bellowing that I am nothing but a stranger. My eyes narrow as his warning cuts through the crowd. His shout reverberates, promising the village will never trust me. A cold dread settles. Can I survive this night? The chief's vow to drive me out hangs heavy over every head. A nervous villager leans close, echoing the chief. You'll leave eventually. Boisterous laughter erupts. A snide jlolol slips from a drunk tongue, sharpening the mockery. I feel the hostility thicken, every joke a blade hidden beneath cheer. The pressure mounts as Dieter hurls vicious insults. I watch him slam his fist onto the table, shouting that my knees intrude on a villager's. He brands me crazy, demanding I leave, threatening to drive me out. The outburst flashes open hostility. This village will not tolerate my presence. The chief's harsh laugh erupts, mocking my fate. The chief erupts in a harsh laugh, booming through the hall. He jeers, "The idea of you staying under the same roof is absurd." The villagers echo his mockery, tightening my isolation. His amusement masks a darker scheme to expel me before night.
Just the thought of you staying here, Kia.
He then orders the stranger out, sealing my fate. I point at a nearby villager, accusing him of jealousy. I warn, if Dieter hears that, he'll lose his temper, maybe explode. To dodge the inevitable clash, I declare I'll sleep at the communal farm lodging tonight, placing myself under Dieter's watchful eye.
He's jealous of me. If Dieter heard that, he'd explode, so I stay at the communal lodging.
Dieter's simmering anger shadows my plan. I remember the cloth the villager wrapped around his foot last night. I ask, may I borrow that same piece? Securing the cloth could earn a small favor, a shield of protection from the villagers.
The bolt.
A murmuring voice from the crowd murmurs, "Village." Another whispers, "Liking that guy, Russell." The words ripple, hinting I'm gaining tentative acceptance, though wariness lingers. An uneasy alliance forms, shadowed by possible betrayal.
Village, liking that guy, Russell.
The chief's eyes flicker, ready to act. The chief hoists his cup, shouting a raucous toast. He slams the mug down. The crowd erupts, glasses clashing, voices booming. I stand at the edge, a mug thrust into my hand. Dieter watches, eyes narrowed, his daughter shifting uneasily nearby. Villagers laugh, pour more ale, the feast spirals into chaos. The chief's grin masks a scheme to expel me.
A hand-painted banner clings to the wall, swirling unreadable characters like a cryptic sigil. Flickering torchlight throws faint shadows across the stone floor. No one reacts. I glance at it, wondering if it hides a clue. The strange inscription adds an odd detail before night ends. The chief lifts his cup, ready to seal my fate.
The chief, spurred by Dieter's urgent demand, drags me out of the village, handing me a rough ride to the nearest city while the drunken crowd mutters uneasy tension. I lose shelter and acceptance, feeling abandoned, while Dieter clamps his protective grip around his daughter, tightening his hold on the village's fragile trust. The hand-painted banner flickers ominously. The bear's debt to me remains unpaid, and the chief's reluctant promise whispers of a looming threat that could shatter the village's fragile peace.
They stabbed him in the back, and now they'll pay. Subscribe to Manwa with Harry.